Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Scott and welcome to the Rogue Review. And so in today's review, I want to talk about Star Wars Rebels Season 1. No spoilers here, just a little disclaimer before we start. Star Wars Rebels, so it's an animated series made by, it's streamed on Disney XD, I believe that's it. I watched it on Amazon. But it takes place between Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and Episode 4, A New Hope. And so we follow a new group of characters, so we don't have Luke Skywalker or Princess Leia, or any of those characters. We have a new group of characters, and really it tells the beginning of the rebellion. So we have the rebels and we have the Empire, and so sort of going at each other. I think there's around 13 episodes or so, and the really it's telling your classic Star Wars story of, a young Jedi beginning his training, and sort of the temptation to go to the dark, but also the desire to really be a Jedi and be good and do the right thing. And what I really love about Rebels is the family dynamic of it. Really, that we have a group of characters who are misfits, who've come from all different sorts of backgrounds of life, but it really forms this family unit. Sort of, we have a Twi'lek. Don't know what a Twi'lek is. If Return of the Jedi, Jabba's sort of not interpreter, but his dude, Bib Fortuna, the guy with all the big long eely bits, tentacles. That's it. That's a Twi'lek. So we have a Twi'lek pilot called Hera. And she's sort of the mother figure, and she doesn't really get involved in much of the action. And then we have Sabine, who's sort of like the daughter, sort of kind of vague love interest for our main character Ezra, who I'll get to in a sec. And she's a Mandalorian. And then we have Seb, who is part of the Lazat, I believe that's how you say it, who is an extinct species. He's the last of his kind. And he's sort of like the sort of bulky, stocky sort of older brother type. And he's always scrapping with Ezra. Then we have Chopper, who's the droid, who's sort of modelled around R5 unit, which we see is the malfunctioning droid in A New Hope, at the farm. And so he's sort of like the annoying pet. Then we get to our main two characters. So we get to Kanan and Ezra. And so Kanan is sort of the father figure, and he was a Padawan Jedi around the Clone Wars. And his master was killed, and so he never completed his training. He's still a Padawan, and he's trying to train Ezra in the way of the Force, which is difficult for him. And so Ezra is a new character who's brought in, and he's sort of the audience character. He's the character that everything's new to him, so and we sort of understand it through his eyes, the story and these characters. And so Ezra he's shown that he's got an affinity for the Force, and so Kanan's trying to teach him. And so the series recharts the beginning of his training and really shows the group going on missions and doing things. And we get little cameos from original trilogy characters and a couple of prequel characters. So Lando shows up in an episode, which is fun, and Bail Organa, who's in the Clone Wars series and was in Revenge of the Sith. And so we have little characters like that, and they just go on little fun missions. So really, is this a good series? Well, you can tell by the fact I've paid attention to this stuff that, yeah, I enjoyed it. It's very light. Obviously, it's made for kids, so I'm not majorly the target audience, but I'm a Star Wars fan, so I enjoyed it. I re-enjoyed it, but it's not one I'm going to repeat watch. But it makes me want to watch the next one. It's a fun sort of cartoon set in the Star Wars universe. You can sit down and watch on your tablet and have a good time with, but there's not loads of depth to be gained from it. But I'm sure that's something they're going to develop. There's some really cool bad guys in it. The Inquisitor, who's sort of a Sith. He can use the Force, but he's not a Darth. Which is interesting because obviously we've got Kylo Ren in The Force Awakens, and we've got this character in Rebels, and it shows that, not every Sith Lord is going to be Darth something, So that's a really interesting moment. with the Inquisitor, and whenever he comes in the story, and there's some other Imperial characters who get in there, and it's fun. It's really fun. I really recommend watching Rebels. I believe Series 2's out at the moment, so I'm going to start watching that when it's all up on Amazon. But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Definitely check out Star Wars Rebels. And if you like this, subscribe and check out some of my other videos. Peace.